Welcome everyone to an awesome game between myself as Khorne going up against Cathay and JB Crack. Now he's going to be a clan member of CC3 and we played here on Arnhem. So a very interesting matchup. We start here with Cathay. We're going to see some on top of the hill, some down below as well. So we are going to be having the Lord choice, which is Miao Ying. Very popular indeed. She is going to be the favourite child here with the Arcane Conduit, the Power of Yin, Life Bloom, and Disdain of the Dragons, with the spells here of the Regrowth, Flesh to Stone, and of course Earthblood. The abilities of Transformation of the Dragon and the Wrath of the Storm, giving that nice imbued magical attack and immune to psychology, very good here up against the Demons of Chaos. So in the front we are going to have the Jade Warriors with the Sword and Shield, 3 units here of the Iron Hell Gunners, really bringing the armor piercing to the battlefield, and of course one of my favourite boys on the battlefield, so the Terracotta Sentinel here, of course bringing the Terror as well as that unbreakable status with magical attacks and good lots of armor piercing. So on the sky we are going to be having the 5-rain rocket. Now this bad boy has been increased from 360 range up to 400, and I believe the DPS has increased as well here, but there's been some nice increases here for the artillery piece, and it's going to be protected here by the Jade Warrior halberds. So for myself and Khorne, starting at the front, we are going to have 4 units of the Furies, very strong indeed. I went rather hard here as I did assume that, of course, this CC3 opponent of JB Crack would be rather strong. But we are going to be having the Khorne's Fury. These bad boys with the golden juggernauts looking fantastic indeed, I must say so. They have some amazing abilities of the Mantle of Immolation, giving negative melee defense and that reduction on flame resistance, with also the Hellblade where they get 80 kills or more. Anti-infiltrate, armor piercing, flaming attacks, magical attacks as well, good armor, and relatively leadership and mobility, but otherwise they do okay. Herald of Khorne, he's going to be on the Juggernaut, he's going to be bolstering them as well, also bringing the Hellblade himself. He's going to be naked. I just kind of wanted him roaming around, keeping up with the rest of the Juggernaut boys, bringing those flaming attacks here to the battlefield. Over on the top, we are going to have mass infantry, so we're going to be having the nice Warriors of Khorne with the shields. So expecting quite a few crossbows and some range, and of course the Khornite halberds. Now quite a lot of people on this map normally start on the bottom here with artillery pieces, so I decided to go nice and high here with the infantry, try and see if I can get to domination point 3 and then come down to domination point 1 to maybe get away. But here there was an Uno reverse card, and sadly we have the firing rocket out in the sky, which is rather scary. So I start rotating over into the trees. Don't really want to be dealing with all of those artillery pieces that can come here to the battlefield. And we do have some harpies, and at this moment a small panic in the back of my throat as we come forward here with the Furies. I'm like, oh dear God, this could be terrible. The firing rocket could actually ruin my life here with all of my infantry being on the top. So a bit of a skip on here. I actually go into the trees. Don't really want to take too much unnecessary early damage, as of course there's going to be no comeback mechanic anymore. So if I start to lose or get some bad engagements, it's going to get rather tough for me. So early doors, we are now going to be firing forward. The 5-rain rocket is going to be going after my infantry. Pretty decent damage. Nothing really amazing, but still some models do fall there. Only one, but there's lots of HP damage. But the Furies are coming across. Now one thing here, I want to do a slight hammer and anvil tactic. So you'll see I actually push the front Furies past the 5-rain rocket, and then I'm actually going to double back on them and have the Furies here in the front do the frontal charge. So they charge down on the front. We do actually have halberds nice and close, but here I just need to break the leadership of them and then leave, because that means then they can't be firing the 5-rain rocket. And I believe there's still a glitch where they don't come back on the cannons. You can see the wavering, they die incredibly quickly. Furies here have so much weapon strength due to having Frenzy. It's very powerful indeed. Kill a couple of models, and it looks like here, yeah, they are going to be broken, so they're going to get pushed off. It's just going to be the halberds left, and you can see I immediately just get away. We are going to get a heal, I think. That's maybe going to be an Earthblood here on the 5-rain rocket. That's actually going to be a regrowth. That was rather interesting. Not too many models, perhaps. Maybe that's why the regrowth was activated. Quite a expensive cast there. But we do see the Khornite Furies in the sky. I managed to get them away, and coming over to domination point 2, we're going to be having 3 units from the start here. The Iron Hell Gunners, the double sword and shield infantry Jade Warriors are going to be awaiting my troops, but I've summoned here a few units. So Bloodletters on the front line here, 2 are coming to the battlefield. They're doing really good mobility with magical attacks, and with anti-infantry armor piercing, very good up against the majority here of the Cathay force. On the floor, Jade Warriors are going to come onto the point. I have some of my shielded Khornite Warriors ready to go, and they will win here up against Jade Warriors. Even with the Harmony buffs, they will win in melee combat. So just going to be pushing down the hill, and we're going to be keeping the halberds here at the top. In the backside, not too much here coming forward from Grand Cathay. We do see now Dragon Form for Miao Ying. And most of my units are going to be diving forward. So now we kind of release the attack. We have Furies coming down on the Iron Held Gunners. We have the second unit over, which was tackling the artillery pieces, taking down 2 of the 3. More Furies dive forward. They have actually taken quite a bit of damage. But now we come forward. We actually have the Khorne's Fury charging down. Look at that, steaming straight down the line here of the Sword and Shield Infantry. And these bad boys are just not designed to take down the Heralds of Khorne's Fury. They're so heavily armoured. Big, large targets with mass. They're just so difficult to deal with here. The Furies in the back, though, are going to be wavering. Not looking too good here for me. So I do actually move my Coulters into the back just to keep compromising the Iron Held Gunners. As long as he keeps them in melee combat, they can't shoot, and it's a rather big nuisance. On the side here, we are going to get Bloodletters. They're going to be breaking in the backside here now up against the Iron Held Gunners. Fury's also going to be pushing back, and now we're really starting to slice and dice here in the pocket. But if we get a bit of a slow here, we can see 2 ticket places going to be in the Grand Cathay forces. So we have 1 and 2, and 3 on top of the hill here is going to be for me. Now we do return here with the Fireman Rocket crew, but it looks like they're not going to be able to get on the point. But I summon a unit here of the very cheap Chaos Warhounds just to get in the back here and very quickly deal with these bad boys. In the middle, the Terracotta Sentinel is going to be dealing with the Warriors of Khorne. I'm now going to be fighting on the point. I actually try to get the Warriors round the corner here, but of course, going to be microing everywhere. And we do see 1 unit of the Righteous Lances. These bad boys, the Regiment of Renown of Wei Jin, are absolutely fantastic. They're such good units. They give Guardian here, which is physical resistance to all lords and heroes. They also come with a bound immune to psychology, good armor piercing in melee combat, and those charge bonuses of 75 and 105 speed with 110 armor, making them very, very powerful melee combatants. So they're going to fight here. They're really going to try and push off the Furies. The Furies just need to keep the Iron Held Gunners busy for now. Don't really care too much about the rest. So we can see we're already going to be 80 kills here for the Khorne's Furies. So they're actually going to be getting their Hellblade ability, which is also going to be increasing those weapon stats. Melee stats have been buffed as well, as we have the Horn of Khorne going down. So we do see here in the middle, we are going to be breaking the infantry of the Jade Warriors. So it's just going to be Miao Ying here versus the world. I am going to be capturing Domination Point 2. Tickets is going to be the advantage, though, of Grand Cathay. And Furies here, alongside the Lord Choice, going to just be breaking down some more Iron Held Gunners. So on the point, we're going to be charging forward here with the Warriors of Khorne. I'm now going to be capturing Domination Point 1. And some of the big boys here, with those ginormous battle axes, bringing the anti-large and armor piercing to the battlefield, is going to be the Minotaurs of Khorne. And they are well known as the bringers of death here for Sentinels. So they're going to charge forward with their big brazen battle axes and try. Oh my god, a headbutt there right into the pure metal of the Sentinel. I love that. That's very bold indeed. But they're going to be carving him down to size, and that's exactly what I need here on the battlefield. At the top, we're actually going to beat back the Warrior Halberds. Actually going to rear charge with the Chaos Warhounds up against the Jade Warriors, just to really help that negative to leadership. And then the now Warriors of Khorne can now dive down to the middle to help the main battle. Coming forward, we get a summon here of the Jade Warriors. We also get a nice little one here, the Sky Junk, which has certainly been improved as well. Health has increased, and then I also believe there was something else, but I can't remember. Maybe leadership. But we're going to be firing at the front line here. Maybe we could do some good damage. Nice target here of the Khorne's Furies. I really quite like that. It's going to be loads of armor piercing, and will really wreck through most of my cavalry. But lots of damage here coming on Miao Ying. She's going to be having fire weaknesses, I'm sure. And of course, the Khorne's Fury is going to be getting all those bonuses for their weapon stats. So someone here in the back, something else I really, really love. And the reason I really love these bad boys, the Hellforce Host. Once they get those 40 kills, this is permanent. This will stay for the remainder of the game. So if they do die, I can bring them back in. They're very mobile, really good anti-infantry, armor piercing, magic, flaming attacks. They just really bolster very nicely here with the new Khorne Cavalry. So in the sky, we are going to have the Righteous Lancers charging over. Maybe should probably help here up against the Khorne's Furies. So they are going to dive down as the Lord Choice tries to get away. She's going to be having her bread well and truly buttered here in the middle. And she's going to be down to 2,900 HP. So they get the charge on, but we're still going to be fighting here. The Khorne's Furies are going to do some very, very good damage indeed, as we also have some Bloodletter support. Coming across is going to be the Hellforce Host. They should get the rear charge here on the Righteous Lancers, assuming they don't disengage in combat. In the backside, we are going to be challenging here with the Furies, trying to see if we can get into the back up against this Sky Junk. Miao Ying is going to be going into human form, hopefully maybe trying to get some healing here for herself to get back into the battle. In the middle, we do actually see that my big boys with the anti-large and armor piercing going to be fighting here up against the Sentinel, really trying to drag him down into the dirt, but they've also taken quite a bit of damage themselves. But he's going to be down to 3,100 HP, but all 3 domination points here are going to be in my favor. Halberds are going to be a very good tool as well. One reason I like leaving halberds and domination points, if you move with something very fast like cavalry, they're going to be anti-large. They're also going to have armor piercing, and of course they're going to be infantry. So even with something fast, they're going to take them down rather easily, and also they're going to have a better capture weight. So as we pressure on the back here, we do actually see another fire-aim rocket, but we have the doggos, they come up and round, and now they're going to be compromising the fire-aim rockets as we actually get the Bloodletters of Khorne charging here up against the Jade Warrior Halberds. Now, Bloodletters will do very well here, but of course, you know, they're not very healthy, so they're going to be trying to fight the best they can in combat. It looks like maybe some healing going down here. Flesh of Stone activated, very nice. Only problem with that here is the fact that Fury's going to have magic damage, so that's actually not going to do anything. That is something very important to learn here as a new player in the community. Magic damage completely circumvents Flesh to Stone. So a little bit unfortunate there, but of course still going to be doing the same damage. And yeah, the Skyjunks really are not very good in melee combat. The dogs in the back, they do break the fire-aim rocket. They've done the job that I need them to do. We have more Furies coming across. Just going to be waiting for these ones. No need to dive in immediately, just in case there's another summon of something, maybe some you know, infantry range. I can immediately swoon down here with the Furies. So for the main battle line, looks like we did actually get in here with the Hellforged host. They actually break down the Jade Warriors. I didn't actually see where the Righteous Lancers went. I think they broke, but sadly we missed that. But they actually got the rear charge, finished them off rather quickly. Of course, they do have the fire weakness here from the Khorne's Furies, and then also with the Hellforged coming with fire attacks as well, and loads of armor piercing, they got through and did some very, very good damage indeed. So Khorne Warriors going to be pushing forward. We can see we do actually have a Vanguard deployment, but nothing really too much that I'm scared about here coming forward from Grand Cathay. I just really got to be careful about the main reinforcement points. So there's going to be one here down on the floor, one on the top, and I believe there should be another rear one as well. Looks like it's actually going to only be on the green side, but nonetheless. In the backside, Ironhelm Gunner is going to be getting chased off here by my Lord Choice. Not particularly great, but of course, you know, it's good just to push them off and make sure they don't return. Bloodletters is coming to the battlefield, backed up here by some more halberds. We've actually beaten down the Sentinels, so we are going to be moving forward here with the Minotaurs of Khorne. Now, I do see this. This is going to be a nice little ability going down. So we're actually going to go into the Dragon form, so I turn around with the Minotaurs of Khorne, and I leave here with the Warriors. So I leave the Minotaurs in so we can fight here up against Miao Ying, and the infantry can get forward and do what infantry does best. Now, we didn't see it here, but actually I did use the Unbreakable ability for my Bloodletters just to allow them to fight a little bit longer, and look how much damage they did. They were on about maybe 20% health, and they brought 80% down here on the Jade Warrior Halberds. The very nice Hellforged host going to be fighting now up against the Halberds. It's not going to be good for them. Look at those ginormous Hellblades going through and just carving and melting that metal as they just drag down the fantastic infantry of Grand Cathay. We're going to be shooting here with the mass Ironhelm Gunners, trying to really get some good damage in the back. We do actually see that we have broken the big balloon. He's going to be down to 9 leadership, so he should return, but it's not looking too good here. So we have the Chaos Warriors coming forward into battle. Lots of damage here. Good crossfire up against the Hellforged host. They're going to be down to half health already. They're just going to charge forward and try and see if they can cleave through the Ironhelm Gunners. But now they do actually have the Hungering Blades, which will be permanent now. So even if they die and I resummon them, we will get all those juicy bonuses at full vigor, which is always very nice indeed. So we're going to car through rather quickly. We do actually get a third return here for the Chaos Warhounds. They're going to get in the back and they're going to start really doing some nice damage up against the Ironhelm Gunners. But that is going to be GG's and well played to my opponent for a very, very fun game. So of course this wasn't the closest game that I've ever played, but sadly at the moment there's not many replays coming in and I don't have the most time in the world. I'm currently still doing my second master's degree, so it's taking quite a bit of my time. So I played like 10 games to try and find a game where I could actually show off the Khorne's Furies, which is probably one of my favourite units, you know, probably behind the new Plague Toads. They're super fun. But it was, yeah, I really wanted to get a good replay with these. And, you know, they got 176 kills, 2,340 damage value, and they survived all the way to the end, which is, you know, tremendous stuff indeed. I really like partnering them here alongside the Herald of Khorne, 355 damage value for him. Of course, same speed, and, you know, he has flaming attack, so really quite, you know, partners quite nicely here with the cavalry. Didn't manage to get that Warrior Halberds to do anything. They sat on domination point 3, just, you know, twiddling their thumbs. But 720, 620 there with 650 and 540 there for the Warriors of Khorne. 150 kills is rather impressive. 2,100, 150 and 760 with 240 there for the Furies. These Furies really got in deep. That triple chevron really taking down that balloon. They brought their they brought their anti-balloon material for sure. So 2,500 for the Minotaurs, 650 for the Hellforged Host, with 0 for the Halberds. Didn't get any more on the battlefield. 134 kills, 880. 1,400 for the Bloodletters, with 13 and 0. Didn't manage to get any of the Flesh Hounds. They have been increased in cost. 50 gold seems about right. I don't think they were massively oppressive, but still, I think they needed a bit of a debuff. So I think that's quite nice there. 86 kills, 1,200 from one summon there, the Chaos Warhounds. Don't forget just how powerful these were in Warhammer 2, and they still do very well here. And they actually have infantry sides as well, so they capture the domination points quite nicely. So for my opponent, we did actually have Miao Ying here coming at 1,800, 860 for the Terracotta Sentinel, 480 there for the Fire Rain Rocket. 520 for the Jade Warrior Halberds with 2 summons, with 980, 250, and 360 there for the Iron Hell Gunners. 320, 120 there for the Jade Warriors. In the backside, 1.5k here for the Righteous Lancers. I really like these bad boys. I think they're going to do very well here for Grand Cathay. And I do actually think they bring an element that they didn't have previously, which is mobile units that bring armor piercing, which is pretty much nothing they had outside, I guess, of the Skyjung. We actually had a second Sentinel. Would have been very interesting if we started with 2. Maybe that really could have brought a different dynamic here to the battlefield. We actually also had an Alchemist in the back pocket. We had 288, 0 there for the Iron Hell Gunners, with 290, 550, and 240 there for the Jade Warriors. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for JB Crack for the game. If you did enjoy it, smash the like button, feel free to leave a comment down below with all your thoughts and opinions, and subscribe if you haven't already. I've been your boy Logic, take care of yourselves, see you soon.